Alrighty guys, so the first thing that you and your VA are going to need is the following. Number one, your VA is going to need access to Loom, right? Again, Loom subscription is maybe $10 a month. The next thing you guys are going to need is the Descript software. Now, we use Descript for everything. I show you guys this in the content modules, but we use Descript for filming Reels, for filming YouTube content, and even just for you filming your Loom and getting your VA to be able to recreate it. Descript is honestly my favorite editor. It makes it so easy. Essentially, you can edit your content like editing a Google Doc. Like if you want to cut out words, you cut out like part of the video, you cut out words and it's done. Super easy. I can't remember the exact price for this. Let's actually take a look right here. So yeah, quite cheap, $12 a month. Again, this stuff is super important. Like you can't skip out on these kind of softwares, right? Canva, of course, Canva can be free. The Instagram account of the lead and a copy of your value presentation. So for you guys, you saw I did my value presentation here on Miro. You might have something on Miro. You might actually have created something on Canva, but your VA is going to need all of these things, okay? Loom to essentially record their screen recording and then upload the final version and send it to them. I'm going to be showing you guys all of this. Descript to edit up everything, right? Canva for the presentation, Instagram for the lead's account, and a copy of the value presentation to actually walk them through the value. Cool. So instructions for the coaches. Number one, record your custom value video into Descript. Let me show you how to do that. So when you download Descript, you'll download the actual software here on your laptop. You'll go over here and go new. And you go video project, okay? Now, Descript is awesome. It does so much, right? Like I said, it auto transcribes. You can edit the video like editing a Google Doc, but for recording your actual custom Loom, the features that we want to use from it is its ability to record 3 things at once. So when we go here to record, we can select essentially the screen option. So the screen option, this is what you want to be using. It records the screen here, it records the background, and also your audio. The beautiful thing about Descript is when you're editing it, you can increase the size of your little icon here in the bottom corner. Whereas in Loom, it's pretty much stuck. Even you can't edit the size of this in post. Whereas with Descript, you can, and this is really cool. So what you'll do, now that you know what your Loom structure is, remember your perfect 5 minutes, you guys should have kind of built all this out, right? Now that you know what it is, you essentially just click here, record. Now for me, the way I've set this up, if you guys have any MacBook, honestly older than 2017, my 2017 MacBook, before I just bought this new one, I bought this new one literally to finish editing V2's content. My old one literally couldn't keep up. So any MacBook will be able to do this. If you have some kind of decent quality iPhone, what you can do is essentially use what's called as the continuity camera and connect your iPhone as the webcam. So if we see here, I'll switch over to the FaceTime of this, right? This is my head, right? But if I switch over to this one, cool. Now, it's super easy to set this up. I'm not going to show you guys how. YouTube the tutorial, how to connect my iPhone to MacBook, right? Or continuity camera setup or whatever. When you do this, this will be fine. If you still have problems, usually all you need to do is open up FaceTime, and then in FaceTime, you'll be able to select your camera, right? And then shut down FaceTime, shut down Descript, open up Descript again, and then it should be here. Sometimes it doesn't show up. Just do that and it should work, right? Any further problems, just ask, right? Then you want to select your mic. I absolutely recommend having a good mic, okay? I've had this thing here, Blue Snowball, since I was 19. So it's, 5 years old or something, right? More than that, 5.5 years old. It cost me $100 Aussie, so I don't know, 65 US dollars. It's worth the investment, you guys. My sales coach told me he would compare, and prospects are more likely to buy if you have a great quality mic compared to a great quality camera. If you can only pick one of the two, it's the mic, right? And again, if you have an iPhone, you got the quality for the camera sorted. buy a mic. It's pretty much non-negotiable. If you're any kind of coach and you want to be an online coach, what does that mean? It means all your stuff is going to be done through a screen. Buy a mic. It is absolutely worth it, right? It's going to last you years. It's worth the investment, you guys. So make sure you have a good mic, and then just make sure everything's selected. Then bang, record into Descript. Then the exact same way that I recorded mine, you guys saw how I recorded it, right? All you want to have up is these couple things, right? Forget this Loom tab for a second. That's just there to show you guys later. But in your Canva doc, all I have is just cool, like my logo here, nice gradient background, don't need to get this fancy. But then all your VA will need to do is just change around the name of the person, right? I'll get onto this later in terms of what your VA will need to do, but for you, you'll just have your doc here, and then when you're recording, open it up in full screen if you want, or you can just do it like this normally. You guys saw one of the things I had to do in my video was I'd say, you know, here we were able to help Chris get this awesome result, but I really want to show you how I think we could help you as well. One of the things I had to do there after being in full screen was I had to like fumble around and click out of full screen. You guys might just want to avoid that and start just normally like this, so you can just click to the relevant tabs, no problem, right? So that's that. I need a water break before my voice dies, so bear with me. After you've done that, again, you just pretty much want to record your 5 minutes as normal. Flicking between the tabs, going over to your value, cool. One thing I did in my example that I actually wouldn't recommend is when you get to your value presentation, flicking back and forth between the screens. You don't have to do it. I did it just because, right? The reason why I say don't do it is what we eventually want to do is we can make this even less work for your VA, and after you get around to your value presentation, you can make this part evergreen as well, right? You see where I'm going with this, where the only custom thing they would have to record is just the first 60 seconds. And then this, if your value presentation is the same for everyone, you can just have it recorded, right? That is for a later time. Why is it for a later time? Because when you create your Loom video, it's very unlikely that the first time you create your 5-minute Loom video, it's going to perform well. Very unlikely. It's a muscle like anything else. You guys have to know and be experts at what do I need to run through? What tone should I use? How fast am I going through things? How can I build curiosity? And we can tell if your Loom video is good or bad based on, again, the tracking sheet, you guys, right? If we find, say 10 people want a Loom, but only 2 people actually book a call, it means 80% of people did not like your Loom video. What does that mean? The Loom video is not good. And so it's not worth setting up further evergreen strategies until you actually have your value pitch sorted. That takes time, right? Some people knock it out straight away, fantastic. Some people it takes a few goes, right? Where you may be tweaking certain things here and there. It takes time. You cannot rush this process, right? Once you get your stats for your Loom video conversion really good, then, if you guys want me to make a module around how to make the whole thing pretty much evergreen except the first 60 seconds, then cool. I can walk you guys through that. For now, genuinely, I think keep it as is, right? Your VA will still flick between. After this, they'll go over to here and they'll manually move the screen around. But what I'm saying is, once you get to the value, don't flick back to their account. Make it easier on your VA, but once we get over to the Miro board or the value presentation, we just stay here. We don't flick between tabs. Hopefully that makes sense, you guys. I'm trying to be as crystal clear for this as possible, but hopefully this makes sense, right? Anyways, so then you do your thing, you explain your value, you blah, 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 you show your case studies, and bang, you'll end your video, right? Again, you'll be recording this with Descript. After that's done, what Descript is going to do, it's going to essentially, if I go back, so we take a look at the one we did for Nikocado, I recorded this into Descript. It's going to give you everything here, okay? Auto transcribe, which you won't really need for now. It's going to give you the screen recording, and it's going to give you your icon here. What you want to do as a coach, I'm going to read off the instructions right here. So record your video into Descript. right? It's going to look like this. We are going to export a few different versions of this, but the first thing you need to do is add in a 5-second buffer. Just 5 blank seconds. Why? Because your VA is going to be using this audio essentially in the background while they navigate around their thing for your lead, right? It's important to have this 5-second buffer so that they can start the video and then go over to the thing and wait. This might not make sense right now, it will make sense in a second. All I'm saying is add in a 5-second buffer. When you've done that, so let's do that now, I'll show you how to do it. The script has these little like slashes, it just means different scene settings. So we just want to do one more, and then bang, we've got a 5-second buffer. Cool, black screen, as you can see, and then we get into the video. Now we're going to export it. To export, you need to do 2 things. Click publish, change the access to project access required, and go update. Right? That just saves like the work that you've done, and that is the thing that will be exported. Now it's published, tick. We're going to go here, download, and then set it to whatever thing. The first version you're going to download, as I have here, export one version with your camera video in the corner, your screen recording in the background, and audio. Just like this. This is like the perfect example. Your VA is going to need an example so that they can learn, okay, cool. They highlight this here, they zoom in on this here, they flick to this tab here. They need the whole picture, okay? So that's version number 1, you need to export that. Version number 2 is essentially the file that they are going to add into the script when they're editing the whole thing, right? For that, what you're going to need to do is enlarge in your video. This is why we use the script, so that you can have control over this whole process. So that now the thing they're exporting is just your camera and just your audio. Why? Because again, guys, when your VA is editing the replications, these are the only 2 things that they need. They need your camera and they need the audio. They are going to record their own screen recording, right? So then we'll go publish again. Guys, my voice is fucking going, right? I think I've said that in like every module, but you have no idea the kind of hell I've been fighting to get these modules like nailed for you guys. Anyway, so that's done. Now we just want to go download and bang. So now we've got the file that they will use when they're editing things up, and we've got the example. Here's what this will all look like. So we've got the full example to train your VA on, so they understand when you flick to different tabs, okay? The past 10.5 years, I've been the... Cool. And now we've got the file that they'll actually use when they edit. Get the exact same result. Now, before I go any further, I would love to take... Cool. Now what do we do with these things? Okay, let's move on. Instructions for the VA. This will all make sense. All right, guys? VA. Make sure you have a copy of the full example of your coach's custom Loom so you know exactly what actions to duplicate while recording your own screen. Right, that's exactly what we were just running through there. Essentially, you'll have this copy, so you'll know, study this up, understand when they flick this over. Cool, next part. When you're getting ready to record, have these tabs open on your browser. Canva, the lead's Instagram, and the value presentation. Cool. Canva, the lead's Instagram, and the value presentation. Cool. So, coaches, you will need to give your VAs access to all these things. You need to give them access to your value presentation, right? You'll need to give them access to this like cover screen here, right? And obviously you guys will have a shared list of who your lead is. Let's say this was the lead. Great, so VA, imagine this is you. You're getting ready to record, okay? What's next? You want to start screen recording using Loom, okay? I'm going somewhere with this. You'll need a screen record using Loom. Sorry guys, just had a massive coughing fit there. So you can use Loom to essentially record your screen, or you can also record within Descript. How do you do that? So let's go back here. Let's say, again, you're getting ready to record a new thing. The reason I like Loom is because it doesn't take up as much file space. It's not like you're saving this on your laptop. You can literally just do it within Loom. But if you want to do it within Descript, it is one extra step, but it will take a little bit more data. Essentially, what you'll do, if you're the VA, you'll record the screen and you'll turn off your camera, keep your audio on. This is important. And then you'll just record into Descript. What it'll all come out to look like. If I go back. Once you record it into either Descript or you record it using Loom, whichever one, essentially it'll come out looking like this. You'll have it all transcribed, right? And the way that you want to do it, if you're using Loom, for example, you'll be left with a file. So, for example, if we go over here to Loom, if you're using Loom, it'll come out like this. So essentially, to show you guys what the screen recording looks like, imagine I'm the VA and I'm doing this, setting up all my screens, make sure all my tabs are ready to go. Okay. Cool. I've started. Now I'm going to play, just the example audio in the background, and then I've swiped over to my canvas slide. How's it going, man? Thank you so much for taking the time to click over and watch this video. I'm extremely excited to walk you through exactly how I was able to help my client here, Chris, go from skin and bones to an absolute mega Chad within 1 year, and more importantly, how I believe we might be able to help you get the exact same result. So you can see, right? I'm just copying what it says in the audio. That's all I'm doing. I'm playing it in the background to guide me as to when to click different tabs, and I'm just screen recording the whole process. Once that's done, if you're using Loom, you'll download this video and you'll be left. Now, before I go any further, you'll be left with this. Right? It'll download, you'll be left with this. Right? That's the exact thing you saw. Now, again, if you're recording it from Loom, all you'll do is take that file and then drag and drop it into Descript, and it'll come out looking like this. If you record using Descript, it'll just all save it all within Descript. Either way, it's going to look identical. It'll be the exact same thing. Now that you have it all within Descript, this is where we're going to edit. Okay. By the way, this process is actually really fast. 5 minutes to film, 5 minutes to edit. I know it might seem really complicated. That's because I'm really trying to flesh it all out, go step by step by step. But once you do one or two of these, you're like, oh yeah, easy, right? A few things you want to do. So let's go back to the doc. As I say here, play your coach's custom Loom video in the background so you can hear the audio. After the recording is finished, download the screen recording as a video, open the script, upload that screen recording to the script, and now here's what we want to do. Once this is in here, we want to add in the file from our coach. All right? So let's go here, let's take a look. So remember, our coach gave us two different files. They gave us the example for us to learn now with everything, and then they gave us this shape like yourself, you fat fuck. So what a timestamp. So this is the file that we want to upload. Why? Because it only has those two variables that we need. It has your coach's camera, the video, and the audio. So we want to drag this in to Descript. We want to drag it over here on the main one, okay? So that's going to load, and we're just going to give it some time so we can not transcribe, but so that it can all load up, okay? So if we zoom out here, now, look at that. We've got our coach's original video. We've just got the video and we've got the audio, right? Here's the thing. When you're recording your screen recording, like I said, make sure you don't have your audio muted. The reason why, it makes it way easier for us to line up when everything starts, because the script is going to transcribe things, okay? So, as you can see here, all these little dots mean empty space, empty silence. If we move our coach's video out of the way, let me do that again. If we move our coach's video out of the way, we can kind of see where things begin. So all empty silence, and again now, it's transcribed your audio. Right? So it's already picked up your audio when you were doing the screen recording. So we're just going to go bang, delete. So now bang, our screen recording starts exactly when that audio started when we were playing it in the background, okay? All we want to do here, now I've got our coach's video. We want to start formatting everything, okay? So we got all this weird black space, it's weird. We want to go up here and go landscape, and then just see this little black bar. We're just going to move it until the black bar disappears. All right, great. Now we've got a coach's video. So we're going to move that here, increase the size. And now we want to cut out that 5-second gap, okay, and make sure the audio is synced up. Remember, here it starts straight away. How's it going, man? Thanks so much. And coach, if you remember, you added in that 5-second buffer. As soon as we remove that 5-second buffer, you're going to start to speak. All we need to do is delete this 5-second buffer, and then everything will line up. So we're going to go here exactly to 5 seconds. What we're going to do, right click, I'm going to go split clip, delete this, and now let's see. Does everything line up? Okay. For this, remember now, we're going to mute the audio from your screen recording. Why? Because we don't need it. We've got the audio from the original video. There's no point having two audios over the top of each other. So mute your one. All that we need is the screen recording. Okay. So now let's go back and see how these all line up. Okay. The time to click over. Alrighty guys, so I tried to play it, but Loom is like wigging out, so I couldn't play the audio because it just keeps on like skipping and stuff. But essentially, we've got the audio lined up. There's no more like, well, there's a little black bar, but it doesn't really matter, right? If we needed to remove it, we could, right? So we can kind of try that, right? So it's pretty much bang on, okay? Essentially, all we need to do now is just export it, right? It's done. That's Gabriel's custom Loom. All you had to do to, like, again, simplify everything here. As the VA, all you had to do was just change around the name Gabriel, open up Gabriel's Instagram, and screen record. Now that we did that, it took 5 minutes to screen record. We just want to put both elements into the script here, is import your screen recording, import the coach's original video, edit them both together, right? You don't need to like sync any audio or anything because it's pretty much all done already, right? You're using the same audio from the original thing you got, you're just muting your one, so it doesn't matter. And then you're just shrinking this thing down, and then bang, done. Now we go publish, same deal. Make sure it's like that, download it, and what you'll be left with is, see if I have the file, you'll be left with the final copy. How's it going? Thank you so much for taking the time to click over and watch this video. I'm extremely excited to walk you through exactly how I was able to help my client here, Chris, go from skin and bones to an absolute mega chad within 1 year, and more importantly, how I believe we might be able to help you get the exact same result. Now, before I go any further, I would love to take the time and quickly introduce. Done. Just like that. Now, obviously, guys, I know this video was longer. It might seem like a lot, but when you really boil it down, it's super, super simple, right? To help as well, of course, you guys have this full document here. It shows you step by step by step everything that I just mentioned, right? So here, picking up where we were off, is export the edited video and upload it to Loom. Once you've got that this final thing, you're just going to need to upload it to Loom so you can actually send it to the lead, right? Because it's not like we're going to be able to send like a 500 megabyte file to them on Instagram. No, we have to send them the Loom, right? So all that we do there, by the way, when you've now got that final file and you're uploading it, is just go new video, upload a video. We're going to go browse files. We're going to take a look at, where was it? Right here. And then Gabriel's final, upload, just like that. 22 megabytes, no problem. Way easy. And then once that's loaded, we're just going to change around the title. Again, guys, all of this is in the sheet here. So when it's uploaded, change the title to your coach's preference. Coach, you guys should have a name for your Loom title. For my one, mine is Names Custom 20K Month Strategy. Really simple. Yours might be Names Custom Shred Game Plan, Names Free Hourglass Program, right? Anything. So once that's done, you just click that, and then bang. what do you know? We got ourselves a Loom video. We might say, Gabriel's custom shred program or strategy or freebie, whatever. And then bang, just like that, copy the link, send it to the lead on Instagram, and you're done. All in all, guys, to screen record, 5 minutes. To edit, probably 2 minutes. I know it might seem like a lot, genuinely it's not. And then you're done. And then upload it to Loom, another minute, change around the title, send it off to them. You can send your lead stuff within 10 minutes. Super, super easy. And this is how we do it. So, guys, I try to be as in-depth with everything here. Again, guys, by the way, when you're editing, make sure the little black thing is gone and it is your face. I was trying to speed run it. But guys, I try to be as thorough as possible here. And that's why these are a little bit longer. But hopefully this all does make sense. It's super, super simple. All of the instructions are here in the sheet. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, but this is everything that you need. So with that said, let you guys go. All the best.